All right, Shalom. First, like, start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the Ruel, and salutations to the brothers and sisters in truth and sincerity. Now, this is a lesson on the storm Dennis, and this is a different article. The first article I read said it was, they called them either bomb cyclones or cyclone bombs, and they were like at category 4 and increasing. But the significance of the article was, or what they was talking about, was the fact that them two storms were coming together, and we're going to hit the United Kingdom, and they said what they've been saying for the longest now. These storms haven't happened since a certain amount of time, or never happened before, and they're off the charts and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video and then read into it a little bit more, add the scriptures to it.
Use Target Circle and Red Card together to get even more. Save 5% every day and help us support your community. Target Circle and Red Card, even better together.
One of the most intense North Atlantic storms on record swept through the United Kingdom over the weekend, bringing massive flooding and powerful winds. The UK Met Office called this storm Dennis and posted hundreds of flood warnings, alerting people of dangerous conditions like water rushing down a street and rivers overflowing their banks. Some communities had to evacuate, others were completely cut off by water. The storm has been deadly. One person died after falling into a river, and 2 people were pulled from the ocean. The winds were unbelievable, gusting at over 100 miles per hour in some spots, pushing water over barriers and canceling hundreds of flights. This is the second major storm for the UK within a week.
Right, so the Lord turning up on everybody.
Hey, lady, how'd your day?
And it's only going to get worse. And these nations that's going through this, a lot of them don't be having any money to keep rebuilding themselves, on top of the currency being devalued, the prices rising, etc., man. So that's how you know this world is coming to an end. So I'm going to read into it a little bit more. It says, authorities warn that the fierce storm is a danger to life. Families in Wales were trapped in their homes by floodwaters. Train lines were shut down and hundreds of flights canceled. 2 bodies were pulled from the sea of southwest England on Saturday. And, I find it hard to believe. Esau always lying and stuff. But only, what did it say? 1 person died? Yeah, 2 bodies were recovered when, over there across the sea, they might not have the same food or whatnot, but it doesn't matter. These people that be in these critical conditions and needing medicine and all this extra stuff, I find it hard to believe that only 2 people died when a lot of people were stuck. But Esau gonna tell people what he want them to hear, so it's all good. That's why you got the prophets here. But it says, rescuers pull stranded families from flooded homes Sunday as Storm Dennis inundated parts of the United Kingdom. As of 1:30 p.m., English authorities had issued more than 600 flood warnings in the past 24 hours, including 4 severe flood warnings, which indicated there is a danger to life. It was the first time since 2015 that the Met Office issued a red rain warning. 2 severe flood warnings were issued in Wales, which was hit particularly hard by the storm. Overall, Welsh authorities issued 130 flood warnings. Okay, they said the last time something like that happened, I guess, was in 2015. It's like when you read a lot of these articles, they always saying something different, but it says police and other emergency officials declared a major incident after Storm Dennis caused flooding and landslides in South Wales. Communities were cut off and water rushed into homes. Evacuations were ordered in Monmouthshire and Neath. Rivers across South Wales overflowed their banks. The river started rising about 1 a.m. and at 3 a.m. it started coming into the house, Amy Price told the BBC. With water on the ground floor rising, with water on the ground floor rising as high as the light switches. The family was trapped upstairs in their home in Llanover, Monmouthshire in southeast Wales. South Wales Fire and Rescue Chief Officer Hugh Jakeway said nearly 1,000 emergency calls were received since midnight. It says Jessica Falk Pellman told BBC Radio 5 Live that firefighters in Crickhowell Powys woke them at 4 a.m. to tell them they were being evacuated because the river USK had burst its banks. It's the first time I ever heard of this too. People, them coming to people's houses and evacuating them. Unless I ain't been paying close attention. But it says, the door of our house burst open and water came flooding right in up to the top of the stairs, which was quite nerve-wracking at the time, she said. It's well over the front door of the house. It's flooded all the way up to the ceiling. Flood water from the river Taff lapped at the doors of business and Pontypridd. Right, so imagine if you sleep and this happened and you sleep on the first floor, or if you sleep in the basement or whatnot. That's why Esau numbers be silly. It's like you can't believe nothing they say. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody don't sleep upstairs in their house, man. And then when you got multi-level houses upstairs and downstairs, well, a lot of these floods go up to the second story, so to speak. People sleep there. They just good as gone. It said at Cray Reservoir, Powys, South Wales, 5.23 inches of rain was recorded between 7 a.m. Saturday and 8 a.m. Sunday. The average rainfall in Wales for the month on February is 4.36 inches. Storm Dennis also brought flooding to parts of England on Sunday. A major incident was declared in Herefordshire, which was hit by a significant and widespread flooding. Many roads across the country were closed, including most routes in and out of Hereford City. The Hereford Times reported the River Lug burst its banks in Leominster and Preston, and neighboring Worcestershire. 50 homes were evacuated in Tinbury. A major incident was also been declared in Loudon, a village in Nottinghamshire. Okay. Brothers are welcome to read the rest. Hold on. Hundreds of flights had been canceled over the weekend, disrupting travel plans for many British families, taking advantage of the midwinter school break. Right, everybody in a folly mode. A wind speed of 91 miles was recorded in Aberdeen on the Welsh coast. Train service was halted on many lines in Wales and England. Right, so the Lord just devastating the world as a whole right now. This second Ezra chapter 8 verse 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the later time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right, and in the world is pushing out all types of wickedness and philosophies and witchcraft. So the Lord is hitting them with things like this, and it's becoming miseries unto them. And they said that's the second one that hit. So the two that I was reading up on, they hadn't hit shore yet, and one might have hit first. They said both of them were supposed to come together and then hit, But, hey, it's been like 2 days, so anything could have happened since then, This is Psalm chapter 83, verse 15. So persecute them with thy tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. Right, so like the scripture says, many great miseries and stuff, the Lord is persecuting these people, because they walked in great pride, man. All this ain't happening for no reason. Esau and all the rest of the nations, the elites of them know what they have done to keep Jake asleep. And then the rest of the nations know that they have been racist, which ain't nothing wrong with being racist, but they ain't with us neither, And then you got 2/3 of Israel that's strict, that's against Yahweh Shema Shai and his prophets. So everybody that's getting caught up in this, getting what they deserve, man. And it's only gonna get worse. Imagine some stuff like that happening in places like Milwaukee, where it never has happened. And imagine how people take it, and especially if you don't know how to swim, etc., etc. And even if you do know how to swim, a lot of people that's getting caught in them waters are dying from the infections and stuff, man. So call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and the teachers and the prophets, or the so-called leaders of this world, aren't really putting these people up on game, or why they should know that this stuff is happening. And they show, and if they are letting everybody know, they haven't been letting everybody know before, or before the apostles and elders in detail, on down to the rest of the brothers, man. So the prophets and the teachers of this world are going to be destroyed too, The ones that keep saying peace and everything's going to be all right. God only destroying the sinners and stuff of that nature. This is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 1. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel, that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, their own minds, hear ye the word of the Lord Yahweh. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, woe unto the foolish prophets, destruction, because a lot of them prophets, them teachers, the preachers are being killed off by way of these storms. It says, thus said the Lord Yahweh, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophesy like the foxes in the desert, they sneaky sly. And it says they haven't seen nothing because they act like the teachings that they teach is divinely given to them, and then they teach it to everybody, and everybody believe it, man. The Lord don't show them nothing. He don't show them, no truth. It says, Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord Yahweh Shemel. Right, so they aren't preparing the 12 tribes of Israel for what's coming. They're not even preparing other nations for what's coming, man. They lying to them and taking their money, man. So it's destruction unto them, man. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying the Lord hath saith, and the Lord hath not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. Right, and that's what people believe, that they will confirm the word, giving them the truth and everything, but they not. So it's destruction unto them also and those that follow them. So with that being said, call Allah Yahweh Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.